Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome to the DVD Haul episode 29. And for today's feature we're going to be looking at Shallow Grave from 1994. So to get things out of the way, this is the first directorial film from director Danny Boyle. Now if you don't know who Danny Boyle is, he's made a lot of successful films in the past 20 years, including Trainspotting 1 and 2, 127 Hours, and the Best Picture winner Slumdog Millionaire, just to name a few of his works. Now, I've been a big fan of Danny Boyle for a long time. I personally enjoy the vast majority of his films, even stuff that isn't as well known. For example, Sunshine, which is a great little sci-fi film. Also Trance from 2013. I think Trance is brilliant. Everyone should go and check that out. But this is where it all started in 1994. And as you can see on the front, our main cast have some familiar faces. You have Kerry Fox, who, not being rude, I didn't really follow her after this, but Christopher Eccleston, who of course became the 9th Doctor Who, amongst other things, and Ewan McGregor, who would rise to fame in the Trainspotting series, and also playing Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars prequels. So this has got a pretty stellar cast to it. Let's have a look at the back, see what's on here.
The best British thriller for years,
says Empire, 5 stars. And there is your little synopsis. But I'll just give you a rundown. So the basic plot of this film is you've got these 3 friends who live in a flat together and they're looking for a new flatmate. A new flatmate arrives and then promptly commits suicide. But they find a suitcase stashed with money, they need to get rid of the body, and then it stems from there about what do they do with the money, do they keep it, do they hand it in, and it's actually quite a nice twisted look on how we deal with things like this. I'll explain that a bit later. You've got the original trailer on here. This seems quite an early DVD release for MGM, but let's have a look, see if there's anything nice on the inside. So there's the disc using the old 18 logo there, and there is the 3 of them. On this side you actually have something. You've got the full cast list there, if you can make any of that out. You've also got the scene selections, as a lot of them do, and a selection of pictures, and the fact that this is in widescreen, not standard. Hooray! Gotta love a widescreen release, but yeah, that is the inside of this particular DVD. So what about the film itself? Well, without being too spoilery, I think this film does very well in addressing how guilt affects us. Obviously, you've got a lot of money. Some people want to hand that in, tell the police, some people want to keep it and spend it, but then how far can you either lie? How far can events go before it just gets too much? Again, I'm not going to reveal anything spoilery because I really want you guys to check this out. There's a lot of elements in this actually from Danny Boyle that I would argue get expanded upon when we get to things like Trainspotting. So if you're a fan of Trainspotting, then I think you'll be a fan of Shallow Grave. Considering it's quite low budget, it's one of those like British independent movies from the mid-90s, it's definitely very refreshing to watch even now, almost 25 years later. Any criticisms I'd have? Well, sadly, my boy Christopher Eccleston, at first I'm not sure if he's trying to attempt a Scottish accent, because this is set in Edinburgh, I believe, or his northern accent. It's a weird blend of the two. It's not necessarily the greatest accent, but all things considered, it's still a very enjoyable performance. Ewan McGregor's delightfully insane, again similar to what he developed with a shaved head, albeit, for Trainspotting just 2 years later. So would I recommend this? Yes, absolutely. It's a great first effort from Danny Boyle. It's a great story, it's nice and engaging, you won't lose touch with it, I'll guarantee you. The 18 rating, what's it actually rated 18 for? No, it just says suitable. It doesn't say why. Interesting. There are bits of blood, you know, there's a bit of violence here and there, drug use, etc., some gruesome bits. If you're not too much into the gruesome stuff, you might want to maybe avoid it, but if you can handle that, this isn't horror, this is more of a thriller. Elements of black comedy as well. Again, very much what Danny Boyle would sort of develop his style into as the rest of the 90s continued. But yeah, if you haven't seen Shallow Grave, I highly recommend that you watch it. I bought this from a CEX shop, it only cost me 50p, so if you're in the UK and you find a copy, it should be quite easy to pick up. Get in charity shops, online, it might be on your Netflix depending on your region, but I highly recommend that you watch Shallow Grave. That's all for this installment of the DVD haul. Please leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video and subscribe. Check out the DVD haul playlist so you can watch all the other videos I've made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.